Hello ladies and gentlemen, Commander Trouble T-Cat here, and I haven't done one of these types of missions previously, so I thought I would record my first attempt to do one of these missions, which is a clandestine delivery of some sort. I don't know what the reward will be, what the cargo will be, where I will have to go. All I know is that I need to meet my contact in about 13 minutes in the Beidou system. So I'm going to take this mission, and we'll check out one of these new kinds of missions that we have gotten in Horizons. At the time of recording this, I have a few more exploration videos that I haven't uploaded yet, and what I'll probably do is I will probably upload this video first so that we get a bit better variety, and then upload those other exploration videos afterwards, because variety is cool. So we've got about 13 minutes before we need to meet our contact. This is going to be a bit of a long video, by the way. I don't know why I'm bothering to mention this, because you can see the video time, whatever it ends up being. I'm, of course, speaking as I record this, so I don't know how long this is going to be yet. This is going to end up being a bit of a long video, because I'm going to do a couple other missions, maybe one or two in the meantime, while I'm waiting for the correct time to meet my contact for this clandestine delivery. Now, I don't know how well this is going to go for us. Hopefully this ends up being good. I'm going to deliver these food cartridges in the meantime. Yeah, so we've got a 20-minute window, so we don't need to worry too much. Did I set my waypoint? Yes, I did. Yeah, I'm currently definitely guilty of an FUI. So, flying under the influence. So hopefully nothing too difficult arises for us to deal with, because that may not end super well for us. Here we are in Smeaton Hub. I've been working lately on trying to get my ranks up in both Federation and Empire. I think the next ship I'm going to purchase... Close there. I think the next ship I'm going to purchase is going to be a federal assault ship, so of course I need to get my Federation rank up. And after that, I'm going to want a Clipper, because I think the Clipper looks absolutely gorgeous. Those boys at Gudamaya Shipyards do a great job. Gudamaya? Yeah, I think that's probably how it's pronounced. So we've got quite a bit of work to do for ourselves, ranking up Federation and Empire. Quite a few ranks to go for either ship, which is okay, because I don't have enough money yet for either. I'm going to want to keep my ASP and keep it with an exploration fit. Right now I'm using a multi-role fit on this ASP. I'm set up for combat and piracy and smuggling and all that good stuff. No mining or exploration, but yeah, so that this craft is currently set up for a combination of piracy and smuggling. Maybe I should do some videos about ship outfitting and the different kinds of outfits I use on ships. I think maybe that'd be a good thing to do, because people do ask on the forums a lot about, like, what's a good outfit for this ship, for this role. That's something that I know a little bit about, but I'm not going to go into too much detail now. We are still, of course, in the Jack Daniels, now that we're back in the bubble, having finished our exploration trip. She has been refitted for a different task, which actually reminds me, I've got beam lasers on this at the moment, but I think I want to change them out for pulses. I forgot to check the outfitting at the last station for the gimbaled Class 1 pulse lasers that I want to put on here. The ASP is actually pretty good for fixed weapons, but I've chosen to stick with gimbaled at the moment. There's advantages to gimbaled even on vessels that have good hardpoint placement for fixed weapons. Mostly in that you can keep in combat, if you can keep the nose of your ship pointed behind your enemy, that's good, because it means you're always heading towards being behind them. If you have fixed weapons, you have to aim directly at them, which is okay, and if you use your lateral thrusters you can still end up behind them, but it's a little bit easier with gimbaled weapons to keep behind people. And of course, if there's chaff, you can always untarget them and then fire those gimbaled weapons as if they were fixed. And you're doing good. So I tend to stick with gimbaled weapons, even on craft, that have good place to fit fixed weapons. You know what I really wish the game had that it doesn't is more fire button bindings. I want to be able to set tertiary fire at the very least. I'd like to have, like, maybe 4 or 5 different groups of firing things able to be set in a single fire group, because it would just make life a lot easier and make a lot more kinds of loadouts a bit viable. Anyway, here we are at Faraday Orbital. This is really a different feel from the exploration videos, I think, which is nice. It's good. It's good to have variety, and that's... ED does a reasonable job of variety. On one level, at least. It depends on how you sort of assess it, because a lot of stuff is quite similar to other stuff, but... I really like that I can do exploration for a while and then head back to the bubble and do some combat or trading or mining. I don't do much mining. And then head out again. I'd say that my favorite activity in the game at the moment is probably exploration. I just think it's really cool, but you get a bit tired of it on long trips outside the bubble where you're scanning lots of systems, and so it's nice to come back and do something a little bit different. Like, deliver a bunch of... I can't even remember what we're carrying. I think food cartridges? Oh, I have that occupied escape pod I need to sell that I picked up earlier when I was not recording. Make sure I do that if this place has a commodities market, which it does, which is nice. No outfitting here, so I'm not going to be able to look for those pulses. So we've got 6 minutes before our first chance to meet our contact. That should be enough time to do one more home mission since we have a 20-minute window. Depending on what's available here. So we got a couple of these hauling missions. Well, this one's the more valuable one. So let's see here. Roland Hub. You always want to make sure before you accept any mission that you go to your map and you check where you're actually going to be making your delivery, because you don't want to have to be flying a super long distance for low rewards. So here's Roland Hub. That's about 2,000 light seconds from the delivery point, which is not super far, but it's far enough that it's a bit of an inconvenience. Let's see where this delivery in Kappa Tucane is. Even though it's a bit less money, it might be a better thing to take if it's not going to be such a far flight. Oh, that's going to be at least 12,000 light seconds. Okay. Well, I mean, we've got, what, 5 minutes plus... we'll say we have 15 minutes before we really want to be making sure that we're in the system to meet our contact. So we should have plenty of time to do this beryllium delivery. These things really don't take long, so I'm going to go ahead and do this, even though it's a bit of a flight from the entry point. It's not that far. We'll get to go down to a surface port, which will be nice. I've been trying lately in all my videos to make sure that we do something on PlanetSide, because, of course, that is the new release with Elite Dangerous. The new thing is landing on planets. So I've been trying to make sure we do a little bit of that in every video. I'm talking a lot about... I was thinking earlier today, a comment somebody left on the most recent exploration video I put up about looking at this from a role-playing perspective, and the feeling of loneliness is great. And I've been thinking about doing some videos that are purely sort of in character, where I don't talk about the fact that I'm playing a video game, because there's not much in like a sort of science fiction world. There's not a whole lot you have to do to be in character, since it's, you can kind of view it as an extension of our current lives in a way. It's a little bit more complicated than that, but the essence of it is that, you know, as long as you don't talk about the fact that you're playing a video game, or, you know, other things of that nature, then it could essentially be... I don't know. It's something I'm thinking about, because I tend to roleplay a fair bit when I'm playing this game. Not so much when I'm making videos, obviously, because I'm thinking about commentary and that kind of stuff, whereas when I'm not making videos, all I'm really thinking about is the game and what I'm doing and I don't know, I've been a role player for many, many years. Not just in... Well, it's kind of weird. I think I play video games differently from most people because I find myself role-playing in pretty much every game I play. I remember back in the day when I was doing my GTA playthroughs and stuff like that on Twitch, and I drove everywhere obeying the traffic rules, and it wasn't like some gimmick for like streaming or whatever. It's just that's just how I play those games because, you know, you think about it, it doesn't really make sense that Nico would drive everywhere like a goddamn lunatic. Because, like, why would he? And like if I play an RPG and there's no way for me to walk slowly, it really hurts the experience for me. I'm really about immersion, and for me, role playing is, of course, an extension of immersion. I used to play a lot of Neverwinter Nights online on servers specifically dedicated to role playing, and I've played pen and paper Dungeons and Dragons and all kinds of stuff. So I'm really into that scene. I don't know if this is something I've ever talked about on YouTube before, but that's something that I'm really into, and I've been trying to think of ways to incorporate that into videos. But I've never really been one for LARPing exactly, and that's kind of... It's not really the same thing. I don't know. There's like a relationship between if I was going to do videos that are in character or whatever and LARPing. And just to be clear, like, I don't think there's anything wrong with LARPing. How could I? I'm a huge nerd myself. It's just not something that I personally have really been into in the past, or am particularly interested in now. Anyway, I'm gonna kill this guy. Holy shit, he's in an anaconda. I'm gonna try and kill this guy for the crime of interdicting me, but I may want to run away here, because although this thing is set up for fighting, an anaconda is gonna be... Oh no, yeah, fuck this. He's got somebody else with him in his wing. We gotta get out of here. Full pips to engines. We've already lost our shields. This is quite bad, actually. Getting rid of these hard points. Who's the backup in a Cobra? Whatever. But still, that was not going to go well for us. 2 ships at once, and one of them is an anaconda, me and an asp. No chance. Thankfully, we are rather easily able to get away from such a lumbering beast of a ship. Put a few more pips in systems while we're in a super cruise here, just to make sure our shields come back online in the timely fashion. How much time do we have? They really need to add a clock on like my ship's dashboard here somewhere, or like maybe just in these panels, if there was a clock somewhere so I could actually see the in-game time. Now that they have these time-specific missions. As it stands, if you want to check the time, you have to open the map. I think it's on the system map. Yeah, there it is, 7:40. So we're currently inside our window. We have 20 minutes to get to the correct system and meet our contact. Actually, how long do I have to make this beryllium delivery? 2 hours, but I may need cargo space for this mission. I mean, I've still got I've got 64 total cargo, so I've still got over 30 slots free on my cargo, 41. I've got 41 slots free on my cargo. So, we're almost there now anyway. Now that we've been able to just cruise along super cruise. We took a little bit of hull damage there, but that's not a big deal. We only took a little bit. I've got some hull reinforcement packages on this, which is the current thing to do, because in addition to increasing your total hull health, they also give you some damage reduction now, and even against damage to your modules. So slapping in a couple hull reinforcement packages is a great thing. I don't actually have any shield cell banks at all anymore. I had some before, but I decided I needed the hatch breaker, because some of the new mission types they've implemented were things that I wanted to do, and you need a hatch breaker to do those missions. For example, rescuing hostages and certain other types of missions. Basically, you need a hatch breaker. Or, well, they're exceptionally difficult if you don't have a hatch breaker, let's put it that way. So I swapped out the shield cell bank in order to fit the hatch breaker. Wow! Wow, look at these colors. Such bright blue in the canyons. That's amazing. I've never seen anything like that before. It looks just like rivers almost. I've never seen such a bright blue on a planet's surface. Do we have time for me to do a little bit of canyon flying and check that out? We should. We'll go down. It looks like the city is sort of right near one of these canyons, so we'll go down towards where we have to land to make this delivery, and we'll check out the nearby canyon while we're down here. I think we got time. I think it's gonna be okay. I really don't want to miss our meeting with our contact, because the whole point of this video, of course, was to do one of these new types of missions that I haven't done previously. But wow, I've just never seen such a like light blue. It looks great. It looks amazing. Okay, I'm gonna go down into this canyon right here, and then we'll come up to Roland Hub from this direction, because I want to get a close look at this sort of near the surface. I'm not gonna land. I think it's gonna take too much time to sort of go through landing and driving around in the buggy, but we're gonna do a little bit of low flying and check it out. Looks really, really cool, especially from when you're far above the planet. We're sort of right near the Terminator, between where it's day and where it's night. And you can see that subsurface scattering making the ice down there glow a little bit. That looks beautiful. Let's go check this out nice and close. Let's not go too fast. Let's not go too fast. As I said, I'm a little bit drunk, so we want to be careful. We want to be extra careful if you're a little bit drunk. Wow. Colors are absolutely beautiful, and it really shows off the subsurface scattering effects, because you really get the sense that it's kind of, you can really see the way the light's refracting through the ice. Ah, it's beautiful. Alright. We're about 50 kilometers away from Roland Hub, which will take a little while outside of Super Cruise, but not super long as long as we keep boosting, only a couple minutes, and then we gotta head over to that system to meet our contact. We're not gonna have an enormous amount of time to find them, but that's okay, we shouldn't need it. It's might be faster actually for me to go back up into orbital cruise and then drop back down, but it's gonna be, let's put 4 pips to engines. It'd be close whether or not it'd actually be faster. And at this short of a distance, there's a good chance I'd screw it up and overshoot if I tried that, so I'm just gonna fly there. Doesn't take a huge amount of time. So right now, it should have already come out by now, because I'm uploading it right now as I record this video. Right now I'm uploading my sort of full review of Horizons, which means that I no longer have to talk about that, my impressions of Horizons or anything like that in these videos, unless I really want to. Because I got it out of my system. That was one of the things that motivated me to start this channel in the first place, is, you know, I'd play a game and it'd just be, you want to talk about it, you have something to say about it. And my friends and stuff that I talk to online would often not be willing to listen to me rant and ramble about things, although my reviews these days can be quite focused, but wouldn't want to listen to my rants and stuff, so I thought, why don't I start writing about it, and then eventually, you know, I started off writing, and then the videos came a little bit later. And here we are. Me still rambling about video games, and a fair few more people watching it now than used to, which is nice. Yeah, we're really not going to have a whole lot of time to get over to where we have to be. I think we're still going to have about 15 minutes after I drop off these, beryllium. I'm carrying beryllium. Where's the landing pad? It's been assigned to us. I don't see it. Frame rate's kind of tanking. over this outpost. That's okay. I'm using some kind of weird settings right now that I'm actually going to change after this video. I'm forcing a bunch of stuff in the NVIDIA control panel that's hurting my frame rate, but doesn't seem to be having much effect on the actual appearance of the game, so I'm going to turn that off. The planet surfaces are pretty demanding, though. I used to be using 2x super sampling in the game, but now I'm not using any super sampling with Horizons because near the planet surfaces just couldn't handle it performance-wise. And I have a 780 Ti, so a pretty serious video card. No longer like the best thing on the market, but still a pretty serious card. 748. So yeah, we still got 12 minutes to meet our contact. That's fine. We'll get over there in that amount of time. No problems whatsoever. Do I want to take any of these missions while we're here? None of these are particularly valuable or for the major okay, we don't care about this shit. Alright, let's go. Let's go find our man. In Beidul, we're looking for Samustus. Very fantasy sounding. Oh no, up here. And he'll just be flying around somewhere in that system. Are we going to be able to just jump, or am I going to need to go all the way up into orbital cruise first? Yeah, we're going to need to cruise first. Get around the planet. That's alright. We're actually doing completely fine in terms of timing.
Frameshift drive charging.
This is we're only one jump away. And we'll be there in just a few moments. I'm assuming since he's supposed to want to meet me, I'm not going to have to interdict him. I do have an interdictor on this thing, but I'm assuming I won't be needing to use that at the moment. We'll see what happens. Like I said, I've never done this particular kind of job before, so I'm not so sure. I'm not so sure. Hope you folks who are watching this had a Merry Christmas yesterday. It's the 26th here in Sydney. So Christmas was yesterday for me. And are having a generally enjoyable holiday time. If you don't celebrate Christmas, that's of course totally cool. I don't want to make this political. I was thinking about talking about no, fuck that. Alright. Here we go.
Frameshift drive charging.
Really cool to see that on the planet surface there, those bright blue craters. Like I said, I've never seen anything like that before. That's really awesome. Let's go find our contact. Hopefully this mission pays well. I mean, it didn't even, on the bulletin board, it didn't even tell me what the mission's value was going to be credit-wise, so hopefully it's valuable. I guess we'll find out when we meet our contact. It was, Samustus. Ah, there you are. I have important information for you. Okay, he's here somewhere. No, he's not. No contacts in range. Is this him? Nope, that's not him. Do we have any... There's no wakes near us or anything. I think we just wait a bit and assume that he'll show up soon. Maybe this is him. Or... Well, he's definitely not with the Federal Security Service. I think we can be pretty certain about that. So it might be this guy. There it go. He was having a weird day. Ah, there he is, Somastus. Okay, excellent. He's 150 light seconds away. He's probably going to drop down and want me to follow him. So I will start heading in his direction. Where are you going? Maybe he's going to try and interdict me. He's heading back in my direction. I think he's going to interdict me. Oh, no. Okay, I'm about to drop down. Can you follow me? Sure thing, buddy. Alright, there we go. Let's go meet our contact. See what the job is. Greetings, Commander. I'm your contact. I know that. What do you got for me? I'd like you to take this package to Alternation. It contains some very important documents, so the sooner you can get it there, the better. The details of the assignment are on your panel. Good luck, Commander. Important cargo. Alternation. In system... in... Well, I mean, obviously I'm going to do it. So where's the package? Is he gonna jettison it, or is it just, do I just now have it? Maybe it doesn't actually take up cargo space. I'm assuming I just have it now. What? 2,000 credits? Come on, man. Are you serious? That is not worth my time. That's one of the biggest problems they have with these, unless there's some other part to this after this and I actually get more money. Every single time somebody is like, hey, drop down, you know, good thing I found you, I got important information. You'll be on a mission where the reward for the mission is like 300, 400,000 credits or something, and this guy will be like, I have a proposition for you, drop down and meet me. And you'll drop in and they'll be like, hey, I want you to take it somewhere else instead. I'll make sure to make it worth your while. And the reward for it is like 3,000 or 4,000 credits. It's just, why would I ever do that? Why would I ever do that? It's like, hey man, if you take that delivery somewhere else instead, I'll pay you a tiny fraction of the payment the guy who initially hired you was offering. It's fucking stupid. One of the most annoying things about this game's mission system. I was hoping, with the effort you have to go through to meet your contact at a specific time, I was hoping that these kinds of clandestine delivery missions would, you know, be worth some kind of money, but like 2,000 credits? Seriously? Even if you're just starting out, that's nothing. I mean, for me, it's especially nothing because my total assets are in the area of 60 million, but like, even if you're just starting out, 2,000 credits is not really anything to care about. Pretty mad about this, actually. Yeah, I mean, maybe there's going to be some other part to this mission afterwards, and it's going to end up being cool and worthwhile. I wouldn't count on it, but maybe. Otherwise, well, so be it, I guess. These things happen. Lots of other ships here. That's kind of interesting. At least it's not super far to this port from the entry point into the system. It wasn't like, I need you to fly an enormous distance in order to receive your 2,000 credits. Whatever, though. Planet down there is pretty nice looking. I bought one of those voice packs for this game. There's a website where you can get these things where you can voice control your ship, and your ship like talks to you and stuff. It's kind of neat, but as you can tell, I'm not currently using it. I was thinking about making a video about those voice packs, because they keep advertising them in the ED newsletter. I'm not sure if I'll get around to making a whole video dedicated to talking about it, though. But I'll mention this one. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, but it is, you know, kind of a gimmick. It's not something I regularly want to use. It's a bit silly, really. I don't know. It's okay. I don't hate them. I think people other than me might get more of a kick out of it. I just think of voice control in general as being this like weird gimmick that doesn't really add much, which does make me question why I bought the thing in the first place, if that's my perspective on voice control in general. I think it's because I thought with this game's setting, you know, in the future and stuff, it'd be kind of immersive to control my ship with voice controls, and it was kind of immersive, but it also made playing the game a little bit more of a hassle than it was without using, like, everything I could do with the voice commands was easier and faster to do with my HOTAS, so it was certainly immersive. I don't know. It was okay. I really, really hope we get a little bit more for this mission than the 2,000 credits. Like, I hope there's a second part to this or something to make this a bit more interesting. Nope, that's just it. That's all there was to it. Did I at least get like a decent... It gave me a pretty big boost towards my rank up, but I'm kind of low ranked at the moment for Federation, so that doesn't necessarily mean much. I guess what I learned from this is don't do that particular type of mission. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll see you next time. Until then, Triple T Cat out.